Hi Sag, welcome to 2020. This is going to be your January 2020 tarot reading. So I'm excited because I have a whole new deck that I'm working with. Let's just go ahead and get started. So here's your card here. So go ahead and focus on your energy and get into that Sagittarius vibe. All right, Sagittarius. So for this January, you're focusing on your family dynamics, your domestic ways, your lifestyle. I feel like you're focused on your job, how much money you make, how much money you're spending. Very domestic vibes, okay? Which is why we have the Capricorn card here. You're also focusing on what potential you have to be a greater you. So I think that's very important. In your past, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So in your past, you were debating what's important to you. So Sagittarius, when you're debating what's important to you, I think you were really debating on who's important to you. I feel like that's what you were really focusing on. And if it wasn't a who, then it was definitely a possession. So there isn't much leeway with that mindset. You're either focused on people or you're focused on some type of possession that you have around you. Your inner desire is the Eight of Cups. So with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you want stability. I feel like you want balance. I feel like you want things to work out emotionally in your life. And so that was your focus. But for some reason, what you were showing and portraying to other people was trying to figure out what is important to you. And so that could have played out in you making good decisions or bad decisions. But with this angel card here, we have the Fool card. So I think you were making decisions that aren't the best at the time, but you learned from them. So maybe for you, these are lessons, but for the person that had to go through this with you, it looked like just bad decisions being made, okay? So for those of you who are confused about why things are just not going your way, that's why. It didn't come off to the other person that way. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is like lost family values or not paying attention to your morals. So maybe you did something that the other person felt like was a betrayal. Yeah, to whoever the woman is in your life, because we have the Empress card right here. So yeah, to the person, whoever you did this to, however they're seeing it, they're like, oh, they don't care. They're not taking this serious. But to you, you're just trying to figure out what stability is for you. But for some reason, you're making decisions that are not in your best interest. You're trying to strike out and be independent, but it's showing as you just not caring or not giving a fuck and being too nonchalant, being disattached. And so that's a slippery slope, because I feel like this person craves a certain amount of attention or a certain amount of love or affection. That's what was happening in the past. We're not going to get too deep into that because it's already happened, right? Moving into your present, Six of Pentacles. So with the Six of Pentacles, again, we're talking about relationships, how you relate to others, what you're giving and what you're receiving within relationships. Now, like I said, it's not just romantic relationships. It's all your domestic ties, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your enemies, everything that you could think of that has to do with your everyday domestic life. That's the focus, your relationships with everyone in your life. Now, granted, there might be some highlighted relationships, but the overall focus is relationships, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, you're focusing on where you stand in relationships. So you're not thinking about who's the good person, who's the bad person. You're just like, where do you stand within it? What is the situation? What is the scenario with the person that you're dealing with? You could be dealing with a Gemini sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. But this also could be saying that you're just dealing with someone that you are in love with, because the Gemini card is the Lover's card. So I do think that maybe the relationship that you're in romantically is going to be highlighted this month. And maybe the dynamics that you have. So again, you're assessing where you stand in the relationship. Your hidden desires behind that is the Two of Wands. With you assessing where you fit in the relationship, the Two of Wands is saying you're trying to figure out where your boundaries lie, where their boundaries lie. How far can you go with this person? How far can you not go with this person? So I almost feel like you're tipping the scales. You're going from one extreme to the other for some of you. And there's this trend of the duality of things. So there's definitely like a couple situation here, whether it's one couple or it's a person that's within the couple trying to figure out the other person, or vice versa. There's a duality and the mindset. There's a duality in the passion that's here. And I think for some reason you're trying to have a better understanding of the relationship. And you know, for a lot of you, I think it's just because you've been missing in action for quite some time. The main focus of your desires during this month, we have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you're trying to claim your throne again, claim the passion, or reignite the flame. There's something with like trying to reignite something, or trying to restart something, revamp something, find your place within something. But it's definitely with relationship, I would say. And Magician's card is here. It's like you're trying to figure out, what am I doing that can positively or negatively affect the situation? So it's not that you're trying to be manipulative or anything. It's more so that you're literally trying to figure out what can you do that is good, or what can you do that's bad, so that you can be more aware. It's like you just woke up and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship. That's what I feel like has happened for you this month. And it's like, yeah, Sag, you've been in a relationship, or yeah, Sag, like, come on, get with the process. I just feel like a lot of you have just kind of woke up and you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should try to get my shit together. Like, maybe the holidays just kind of had you all discombobulated. So that makes sense. But it's all about self with the Star card here. It's all about you figuring out where you are going wrong or where you're going right. So as long as you're aware and as long as you're being honest, then I think a lot of good things can come from this. So in your future, what actions you're showing is the Six of Cups in reverse. So I think some of you are getting lost in your past, lost in your thoughts, lost in your memories. You have someone that you are constantly thinking about, maybe someone that is leaving you, or somebody that you find captivating, or for some reason they're on your mind again. Nine of Swords. You're stuck thinking about this person. For some reason you can't let them go, but the key to letting them go is to realize how you feel about that and just let it be. So it's not necessarily that you have to like mentally let something go. It's more so that you have to be okay with how you feel about it. Okay enough to let it be without it affecting you as a person, you know? And so if you can get past that struggle, I think things would be a lot easier. But I do want to get into a little bit more of the situation. So we have the Fool card as your hidden desires. But let's see, what were you thinking about in the past, or what past memories are you thinking about in the future? Eight of Wands in reverse. So something probably happened that you had no control over, or it happens like it came out of nowhere. And I think you felt like it just went out of control too fast. And I feel like you're reliving these moments. You're having flashbacks, almost like PTSD for some of you. You're having these flashbacks, and it's like you feel like no matter how many times you replay it, you're like, what could I have done differently to make it end differently, because I have missed this person. But it's like you can do nothing about it. There's nothing you can do to go back and change what has happened. What sign is this dealing with? What sign is Sag dealing with in the future? Who are they thinking about in the future? A Virgo sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. So there's a very special Virgo that you cannot get off your mind. But I think this is a Virgo that you took for granted, Sag. I think this is a Virgo that maybe you didn't take them for granted, but whatever happened that ended this situation or ended this relationship temporarily or permanently, it happened because they felt like you didn't see their true worth. And all you can do is, respect that. That's really all you can do. Now back to the hidden desire of why you're stuck thinking about this person. We have the Fool. So automatically I think it's because you did something that you weren't supposed to do, or you did something that you wish you could go back and change. What is this? What action was made, or what action was done that Sag wants to take back? So this could have involved being a little too spicy. Maybe you said something that was a little too sassy. Maybe you were too aggressive. Or maybe you did something that involved another fire sign. We do have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I do think this is something that made the Virgo feel like they cannot trust you. It could have involved money, but I think it has more to do with the principle of things, the practicality of things. I feel like the Virgo is saying, how can I try to make something work with you if you won't meet me halfway? And obviously for an earth sign or a person who's very practical, that's very important for them to have someone who's working on a team with them. And I feel like for some reason they just felt like they could not build with you. And this is something that you had to accept. And I think in the future, you're really starting to see you have to eat your words, or you have to accept what your reality is, because you contributed to a certain extent. It's a bittersweet ending. With time, whatever the situation deals with in your life, I do think that you'll be able to conquer it. I do think that your inner desires, your hidden desires for why you feel the way you do about this Virgo will speak for itself, but it's going to take you maturing. It's going to take a little bit of resistance, a little bit of limitation. This Capricorn energy that you're going to be feeling this month, it probably will carry on into your February. But the whole point is, if you get rid of all of the hard parts now, and in the beginning, it'll be a lot easier to just coast through into your February, into Aquarius season. Where lots of things can happen, okay? But I just feel like there's a focus on you needing to just focus on the future coming, but just realize that the things that you do now will affect your future. If you hold yourself in a higher regard, I think that you'll make better decisions. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but see yourself as the person you want to be in the future, and see if that helps you make better decisions right now. I love you, Sag, so much. I really hope that any problems you're having, any issues, get resolved. If I can help you with that, if I can help you with any of my services, you can email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm always saying something. I'm always dropping new videos, and I want you guys to be a part of it if you resonate with the things that I say. Like this video, because it helps me out so much. Happy New Year. I hope everyone's January is going smooth, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, Sag.